Oh, yes. I was just reading this 18 U.S. code. Yeah. The post office department delayed shipment delivery of 7 days following receipt of notification acceptance. Yes. Copy of sworn statement and a copy of notification of local law enforcement. Yeah. Now, these sworn statements. Yes. I just wanted to know because it has in here. Who's been discharged from the armed forces, having been a citizen of the United States. Number 8 is subject to a court order that restrains such person from harassing, stalking, or threatening an intimate partner. Yes. Of such person or child of such intimate partner or person engaging in other conduct that would place an intimate partner in a reasonable fear of bodily injury to the partner or child. Now, this is. Hang on. I'm just looking here. Yes, United States receives a firearm. This requires a signature. Right. I'm not sure what page it is. Oh, it's page 214 of the 18 U.S. Code. Yes. Now, this includes a finding that such person represents a credible threat. Yes. Physical safety of such intimate partner or child. Reasonably be expected to cause bodily injury. Yes. Could you get me all of those that have been dishonorably discharged from the United States military? Pooch. I know you're a judge, and this whole concept of being dishonorably discharged is something that you really dislike. Yes. But this idea, yes, that I am an intimate partner, pooch, and I'm a credible threat to the bodily injury of my sons or my wife. Yeah. Uh, how do you explain that when she doesn't acknowledge that? It might be that she thinks that I'm not a credible threat. True. Now, did the sheriff actually fill out that form? Because without the petitioner actually acknowledging and consenting to the issuance of the protection order, yes, all the statements are fraudulent without her signature. She doesn't think that I'm a credible threat. Now, without any actual notice or opportunity to be heard to myself, yes. You can't find me as a credible threat when there is no due process. Now, in 2011, Heidi had me arrested on Guam. Yes, did 7 hours of parenting classes. And then you reissued the protection order after you had me arrested and served me the dissolution of marriage. Yes, 24 days after I was allegedly trying to contact her through a third party. Yes, known as Healthy Families of Clallam County. It shall be unlawful, common contract, carry, transport, deliver, interstate, foreign commerce, any firearm, ammunition. Is there anybody in any state that knows about this firearms and ammunition? Pooch. I know that you have avalanche control, but I'm thinking that, oh my gosh, what is this law? Because it seems like it's all encompassing. Just a minute, because when you issue court orders that happen to have forgeries and fraud, yes, the National Firearms Act, pooch, I might need to take the guns from every sheriff of the United States, the guns that you have at work, and then the guns that you have at home, owned in compliance, federal, state, and local law to a licensing importer, pooch. And now, page 213 shall not be preclude a licensed manufacturer, licensed dealer. Now, Watchman, who section 1715 of the title. I'm just trying to find out what the name of this law is because, without her actual signature, right, and the use of forgeries, yes, there is no possible way you could say I was a credible threat. Now, you arrested me for the allegation of being a credible threat when you issued the traffic citation. Yes. And I've been telling you that I was never a credible threat, and you refused to acknowledge my rights. Now, I'm just looking at these firearms importers. Yes, license collector, crime punishable, imprisonment term not exceeding 1 year. Now, this is a National Firearms Act. Could you get me all the importers of all ammunition as well as any firearm? I mean, there's probably a lot of foreign nations where we import different types, interstate and foreign commerce. Ouch! I just want to know of all the. Oh, wait a second. Chapter 44, firearms. Ouch! 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 Section rules and interstate transportation of firearms. That would be buying guns in one state and then driving them through across state lines. Yes, yes, yes. Why don't you get me all the guns of those in law enforcement? It seems that when you use a forgery to issue a court order, yes, and then there's no acknowledgement of the petitioner that I'm actually a credible threat or an intimate partner. I mean, did the sheriff know we didn't have sex during our whole marriage? Don't you know that? I know. You ask yourselves, well, where'd we get 5 sons if we never had sex? Ouch, ouch, ouch. But without her acknowledgement that we are actual intimate partners, I would say that Heidi had forgotten that we ever had sex. You don't think it's a fraudulent statement to issue court orders where there's no acknowledgement of the petitioner that we ever had sex or we had any children together? Do you have to prove? Shit. Let's say we went back through it. These firearms, yes. Just get me every gun of every person in law enforcement because I'm going to take your fucking guns, do you understand? And then get me every importer of all ammunition and all firearms. Now, if the petitioner, yes, doesn't acknowledge that we were intimate partners and there's 5 minors named known as my sons, yes, and you as the sheriff or some other individual in the county decide to fill out the paperwork, I would think that you'd have to actually have the acknowledgement of the petitioner that we were ever intimate. Now, you thought, well, just because we have 5 sons that we fucked each other, I think I can sue you, yes, for not having the acknowledgement of the petitioner that we ever had sex. Pooch. You can't say we're intimate. Now, you'd say I already have that lawsuit, but look at it a little different way. Let's say you had court hearings on June 1st of 2015. Yes. No attempt of service to myself. Yes. You thought, well, we don't have to protect the due process rights of the father of 5 sons. Yes. Then on June 12th, you reissue the protection order. Yes. And it says that I was an actual threat. Yes, I was an intimate partner, and I received actual notice of court hearings. But Heidi didn't motion the court. You took it upon yourselves to say that I was a credible threat. Yes. To say that I had sex with my wife. Yes. Without her actually acknowledging any sexual relationship at all.